Hello and welcome to Geeks of the Round. I'm your host, Matt Moore, and we are here discussing Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Episode 320, Emancipation. Let's introduce the panel. Let's start with Charles. How you doing, Charles? All right. Charles is young.
I actually like the episode. Yeah. Before Matt interrupted me, I was gonna say this episode was. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked Lash especially. I thought Lash was badass.
Okay.
But I like the episode overall. Yeah.
Perfect. How about you, Isaiah? What did you think of the episode?
It was enjoyable. It was nice. Lash was cool. He had a really cool redemption value. Yeah.
Cool. And Lou, how are you, and what did you think of the episode?
I'm doing well. I thought the episode was fun. Kind of sucks that Lash is dead.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, they really weren't doing anything with him anymore. I mean, he's been in a cage for how many episodes?
He may have been in that cage, but I felt the way he got killed was just so cheesy. A fucking Ghost Rider chain through the chest.
Yeah, it's like he was a ripoff from Ghost Rider. Like, this dude's a ripoff from Ghost Rider.
Yes, yes, because Ghost Rider makes things explode all the time just by touching them. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't. He doesn't do anything like that. So it's not a Ghost Rider ripoff.
He has a chain, for goodness sake. He has a chain, he has a whip, and everything else. Come on, man.
Single episodes. That's the weapon he ends up picking up for a single episode. Has he ever used a chain before?
I know, but it was.
Will he ever use a chain again?
He had. Probably not. But the thing is that during that moment where he picks up the chain and it starts getting imbued in flames, the first thing that popped up in my head was Ghost Rider. That was the first thing that popped up in my head. I know it isn't Ghost Rider, but it reminded me of Ghost Rider.
Okay, that is fair, but that's not the same as a Ghost Rider ripoff. Yeah, it's not the same thing.
It wasn't.
Look, Isaiah, we invited you. We could easily kick you out.
I know that. Duh.
Yep.
So get on your best behavior and stop with
fingers
the rip
right
off
over
this
that
and rip off
button,
of that.
dude.
Whatever. No drama.
My finger is right over the button that's going. Yeah.
No drama. Come on. So basically, this episode starts out with Talbot showing up and basically throwing around orders left and right. He's all like, "All right, I know you have Inhumans here. You need to show them to me now. You need to show me everything that's fucking going on." And it's like, "Look, bitch, you work for me. The ACLU or whatever the fuck it is, ACTU or
whoever,
AUTC or whatever the fuck works for S.H.I.E.L.D. and you run that as S.H.I.E.L.D. So stop fucking making demands. Like, that should piss me off. Yeah. Like, who works for who? But yes, they both had a point, and
so
Coulson
it's
basically was firmly on Captain America's side on this one.
So it's kind of like Isaiah working for you.
In any case, but no, I mean, Coulson very clearly came down on Captain America's side. You know what, like, I don't give a shit what's going on with the Avengers, but here, we're not fucking registering, and this is why we're not registering. And Talbot must have said 5 times, that's why you register. That's why you register. And then at the end, Coulson's all like, yeah, that's why we don't register.
But you know what? That tie-in was subtle and good.
It was subtle and good. I liked it a lot.
They didn't force it with, I would say, the Thor 2 Dark Knight tie-in.
Oh, right. That was not.
Or they went to London to clean up and shit. That just felt forced. Yeah, this one felt organic because you know what? Coulson's just sitting in a bar. You see the shit that happens. Tony Stark is here, and Captain America Steve Rogers is missing. You know, it just balanced itself well.
Right. I have a question, and we're going to try and discuss this without any major spoilers to the movie. Has everyone here on the panel seen Civil War?
Yes.
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 Did anyone get the impression that they were going to register every single superpowered being, every single hero?
No.
In that movie, they didn't give that impression, right?
No.
In a small degree. Very small.
That's just it. Yeah, we're just ignoring Isaiah on that one.
But small degree, jeez.
They didn't.
In any case, so I mean, so why the fuck was Talbot coming in going, yeah, this is the law of the land, everybody has to register? No, everybody doesn't have to register. Just the people that are, crossing over borders and acting on their own behalf that's part of a private organization that does that shit. SHIELD is a government organization, which means they don't fucking have to do shit. They do answer to the government. I don't know. That just kind of that also kind of bothered me. Not a lot, but it just like sat on the back of my head and just like.
Well, that's how the Sokovia Accords actually work, and then we always had a movie as well. Is that you have to register if you like a nuke itself, like for example Thor or whoever. They have to sign up because they are powerful beings. Like you don't know who the hell they are. You don't know how you can really trust them. So signing up, the government knows who you are. That's why they go for Inhumans, because the humans, there's so many humans out there, they want them all register as best they can. Like, say, if it was like the X-Men scenario, which that's still impossible to do. You can't register every single human. That's impossible. But they were trying to do that, trying to have control over the situation, keep people safe. Because people are actually afraid of these superhero people.
Well, they're afraid because of the fact of the damage that has been done.
Yeah.
A lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
But not to get in too much in the Civil War storyline, so I'm gonna deflecting right about now. We never did end up doing a discussion about Civil War because I ended up having stuff to do this weekend. But in any case, in here we end up revisiting that particular idea many, many times. Is are the Sokovian Accords? Does that relate to SHIELD? Should SHIELD be held to that particular standard? Because SHIELD, one, is already answering to the government.
Right.
Two, by giving their names to the government, to the UN, basically, and being controlled by the UN, that means they are no longer working for the U.S. government. They're working for the UN government. Then you also have the idea that if they gave those names, and let's say those names are released, let's say someone hacks that and gets their names, all of a sudden their cover's blown. Let's say, I mean, there's just so many different things that people that work for SHIELD. I mean, I was already Team Iron Man, so I'm for like register at least holding these people accountable if they are going to cross over into different borders where the laws are different. Because,
but you can't trust.
For example, going into Russia and taking down a rebellion that may or may not be sponsored by, let's say, Putin, or like a government action like that, that is an act of war from a U.S. citizen.
But it's the same. You say the same thing. But what if the Avengers can go do a paperwork and everything else, but and see? Well, I can't say it because like a spoiler. But what if they're forced to go into this scenario where they don't want to go into it? They're kind of be forced into that due to a course. Like, yeah, you're forced to do this because you signed this paperwork. You're forced to go into X, Y, and Z. Well, we don't want to. Well, too damn bad.
They're basically the idea is they are being drafted into the military.
Right.
Is they don't have a choice. It's they have superpowers, so they have to join the military, and they have to do what the government tells them to do. Now, that being said, if they're being told to do something immoral, there is case history where people have said no, and it's been perfectly all right. So, I mean, the government has complete and total control of your lives, but there is a line. I know this is a former military person myself. But at the same time, you shouldn't be drafted when it isn't wartime.
It's interesting, though. It was a very interesting concept that you played around with, which I did like a lot.
But getting back to the actual TV show itself, we ended up covering a lot of that. We also, first off, we got to see Yo-Yo again. Yo-Yo came back and made up with Mac, which made me happy because I
like that too.
Hey, don't you go playing with my Yo-Yo.
I mean, she's kind of a bitch sometimes. She's kind of a bitch sometimes, but when she's not being a bitch, she's actually a really cool person.
That's true.
And I think I got who's going to die next.
Am I the only one that's noticing the...
The what?
What?
Am I the only one that is noticing a potential? Am I the only one that knows that there is a relationship brewing between Mac and Yo-Yo?
Oh my God, Charles! We just talked about this before the hangout. Do not repeat something that one of us has said because you weren't paying attention. We were literally just talking about how they.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. So
we didn't. You didn't pick up on it when they first hung out like 12 episodes ago.
They're fucking, Charles.
Well, I don't know about all that now.
Pretty sure.
It's possible. Hey, it's possible though.
They're not sleeping together yet, but there's definitely something there.
She is probably fucking him from across the room. She's like zap 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 zap. Like seriously. We have that going on. We have a lot going on with Daisy Johnson, Daisy and Hive. Hive has more control over Daisy than he ever has, and he's getting Daisy to try and bring Lincoln in, even though Daisy's like, fuck that dude.
Right.
Lincoln is supposedly like turning himself over to Daisy because he's all like, fuck that girl. Right. And, I mean, there's a lot going on there, and that's kind of a nifty storyline that ended up, of course, with Daisy escaping with her mind. With her mind
which was cool.
Yes, which was very cool, and I'm thinking that she is going to be, because of the fact that she's had this disease, as it were, that she's going to be the link to the cure. Because of her, they're going to be able to create a cure.
That'd be cool.
Yes.
Because
I think they're gonna have to use some of Lash's maybe his blood.
Do they still got his blood?
Lash's blood? They probably have a full fucking helicarrier of it.
Oh yes, right. Yeah, they have his body, so yeah, they can use that.
Remember, Melinda was laying over his body at the end of the episode.
I do not think that Skye is going to be the source of a cure. I don't think she is because all of us pretty much clearly saw that Lash basically used his little energy thing in his hand to pull the parasites out.
Yeah.
It was cool.
I don't see how they would be able to use Skye in that experience to create a cure from her. If anything, however unlikely, they'd probably be able to pull something from Lash, although with him being dead, it's very unlikely.
Well, that's just it. I'm looking at it as a disease. Now, of course, it's not a disease, but I'm oversimplifying it in this particular case. Is that if you have malaria and you recover from malaria, even if there's no traces of malaria left in your system, your body has created the antibodies for malaria. Which means catching it a second time or keeping it a second time is very, very difficult. If the disease itself does not weaken you so much that a second occurrence kills you, that is also possible. But that's not what's going on here. So I'm going to guess that her body did try and fight that infection, did try and fight that parasite, and that's why I believe that there might be a disease.
Because it creates blood.
Okay. But we'll see.
But you need a smart person to actually figure out what the hell they're doing. Like the guy, that doctor with Who's with Hive, he created his own Inhumans. So that was kind of cool too, at the same way. But however, if those worked in reverse, like instead of change people into Inhumans, can we just change them back to humans, or pretty much something that can be a negative effect towards Hive? Because Hive right now, he is a parasite that can be unstopped. He cannot be stopped right now, for the time being.
Well, unless you're Lash. Lash probably could have done it if he weren't.
Lash kicked his ass easily.
But Isaiah, I have a question for you. You're a comics person. The Watchdogs, basically the ones that ended up becoming Morlocks or whatever the fuck they are. They look like Morlocks. But before that, they ended up having the masks. You remember those plastic masks that were supposed to be dogs?
Yeah.
Tell me that did not look like, from DC, like Cheshire Cat's mask.
It kind of did. It was like Cheshire Cat's like, what the hell is this mask?
I mean, it's not. I'm not gonna say it's a ripoff, but that reminded me of Cheshire Cat's mask. I'm all like, holy fuck! I'm just waiting for one of the characters to have big poofy hair and like katanas. And
right,
be
because
a green geek.
That was driving me insane because like that mask looks so familiar to me. Like until you brought up like, oh wait a minute, it is like motherfuckers.
Oh, you see what you just started?
Hey, I didn't do nothing. So
yeah, except I didn't say it was a ripoff. I just said that it looked like this. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you get him started, and he just keeps carrying on.
So
yeah, that's my first take.
Lash ends up injuring Hive, but of course we know that Hive is going to recover, probably not too long at all.
See, the only reason why Hive gets to recover is because those goofy-looking henchmen.
You're right. Got their asses kicked.
they interfere, and then Daisy shoots Lash, and he goes to protect her.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't pop out and those god-awful looking henchmen, because could they have been any worse done?
It could have been worse. It could have been worse.
Dude, you could have just melted the fucking mask to their face. It would have been better than that.
Oh, that would be so cool, though. Like, oh, that'd be so fucking cool. Like, oh,
but they seemed useless because all they did, they had some super strength. Other than that, they weren't really useful for anything else.
Well, that's the shit is not only did they have super strength, but they are also insanely loyal. They did what he wanted when he wanted it, and I think that was the appeal. Is to place humans under his control. I think that even if they didn't have super strength, he would have been okay with that. If they had humans who fucking listened to what he said, I think he would have been okay with that. But the fact that they had super strength, that's just bonus.
Yeah, but that's pretty much useless though. If you can't take down Lash, who was stronger than them put together, they should have done some strategizing or something because like come on.
No, because they had fucking, I don't remember his name, but the Ghost Rider chain come out of fucking nowhere.
You see what I mean?
But it's that reference because we've seen it first in Ghost Rider. He's not being a Ghost Rider. His face ain't turning flamed on and shit like that.
His name's James. I forget his last name.
The Aussie dude. Just so Isaiah won't laugh.
I'm sorry, but
he calms and kills Lash, and then from the back, that to me felt so pathetic.
It was pathetic because Lash
is the character, though. You think the character would face Lash face to face? Fuck no. I wouldn't.
But it should have taken more.
No, that's just it. I do not consider myself a coward, but if I see fucking this dude tearing through 5 super strength people and then kill my god, well, seemingly kill my god, I'm sorry, I'm going to attack that motherfucker from behind. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I am not facing that guy head on. As a matter of fact, it's some balls to attack him at all.
Right.
But see, I have a question because I know it was a chain that's heated, but doesn't it still need like a pointy edge to go through someone?
Well, if it's hot enough,
is that's not James's power. Is he was holding back his power by heating that chain. His power is to touch things and then they explode. That is his thing. So he must have been holding that power back.
Oh, so he's like
by superheating the chain. So it's very possible that chain literally exploded through Lash's chest. Not just pounded its way through, but literally exploded as it touched his skin, making
to go through the hole.
And then the chain just kept on traveling through.
So his power is like Gambit, right? Where he touches things and things explode, right?
Yes.
It's like Gambit. Okay, that's kind of
yeah, exactly.
As much as I hate to say, I agree.
Yeah.
No, that's kind of cool, though. I like that.
Different type of explosion, but yes, that is relatively accurate.
Okay, that's
I
kind
still
of cool.
thought that Lash's death was cheesy.
And I agree with Lou. It was kind of cheesy because he was kicking out all types of ass.
I
like,
really? That he did in general.
Yeah, but it was kind of funny how Talbot said about the Rasta Hawk-looking dude. It was like, wow, I said Rasta Hawk-looking dude? Somebody said like that.
No, I found that a little amusing myself. But no, what pissed me off about that scene wasn't his death necessarily, but the fact that he stopped fighting to help Daisy in the first place.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like, Daisy was in trouble, and he ended up. I forgot exactly what the details on that was, but I remember Daisy.
She shot the blast at him. He blocked it, right. And then she collapsed because she's weak. She
lost the blood. The blood.
Oh yeah, and his reaction was to go save her. Like, stop fighting and go save her. Like, no, you're Lash. You've never shown that behavior before. Not as Lash, at least.
Well,
he has.
Andrew,
he has. He has shown that behavior when she has been in the same vicinity.
He has shown that behavior towards her, but not
everybody else. He didn't give a fuck. He wasn't killing her.
Exactly, and there are still people around there.
But
still people to kill.
In his defense, he was taking out he noticed that she had the parasite in her, and he extracted it from her body and cured her.
Which would have been great if he did that and then turned around to see if there was anyone else who needed killing.
Well,
because he's already saved her. So save her and then walk around and do some killing blows. Make sure they're all dead.
That wasn't his purpose, though.
Prioritize.
That wasn't his purpose, though. I think Vince said his purpose was actually save Daisy, not kill Hyde. Maybe somewhere he said that.
Yeah, and that actually kind of upset me because it gave credence to the idea that everybody in the show has a specific purpose.
Like a divine right purpose.
Fate. And we've never had that be a factor before. But maybe we're setting up for Doctor Strange. Maybe that's going to become a recurring theme, and we're setting up for Doctor Strange. We'll see.
Oh, that'd be so cool, though.
Well,
what about you? What do you think?
All right, on you mentioning having a tie-in to Doctor Strange, I'm curious. Doctor Strange comes out in November. Is that going to be after the new season starts?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah,
I never remember when the season starts.
Whether or not they're starting to set that idea up.
Yeah, which is gonna be cool. Though.
Well, that's just it. With Doctor Strange coming next season. Sorry, I promise I'll let you in. With him coming so close to next season starting, are we thinking? And I know we're getting into wild speculation. Are we thinking that we've already visited another world and fought the god from that world? Let's go to other dimensions, because that's what Doctor Strange does.
That'll be cool. That'll be super cool.
He literally travels between realities.
It would be very cool.
Go to Mephisto's realm? Oh, that'd be so cool.
The thing is that I got a question. Okay. Let's say that with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. next season is going to be there's going to be a tie-in to Doctor Strange, and we're going to see magic and the transferring into different realities and different dimensions on the S.H.I.E.L.D., which is basically going to be mystical, because that's what Doctor Strange is, with magic and all that. Do we think it's going to be better than Arrow's interpretation of magic?
It has to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
because Doctor Strange is
I like that they're introducing magic in the first place.
Right.
But
it's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say, because Doctor Strange, when he goes into magic and everything else, it's beyond out as well. It's so hard to pretty much describe it, because Doctor Strange is OP as hell. When he fights other beings across the galaxy, I can't. It's hard for me to explain myself, because it's the magic that he knows is just unbelievable. It's just really unbelievable.
I'm really looking forward to Doctor Strange, mostly because my first introduction to Doctor Strange was in the video game Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and he was one of like 3 characters that I would always default to, that I would always use more than anyone else.
Well, I saw Doctor Strange in the Spider-Man show.
So, yes.
Look, I look at it like this. The best way to tie in Doctor Strange would be with someone like Max Mikkelsen. Because he's a TV actor as well. You could probably get him to do a small role, tying his character in, introduce him that way in the show, with some quick dimensional weird shit. They're like, what the hell did we just experience?
Right.
And now they're going scavenging, trying to find someone to help them.
Right. Or pretty much, or like a...
What is Max Mikkelsen?
Mads Mikkelsen. He played Hannibal in the TV show. Mads Mikkelsen.
But,
all right.
He played Hannibal in the TV show Hannibal, and he's also the villain in Doctor Strange.
Oh, it would be really cool if it would be cool, but Mephisto's son, Blackheart, if he showed up on S.H.I.E.L.D., that'd be cool, too. I'm just saying, a big if.
Yeah, but you do realize that if Blackheart shows up in any interpretation of Marvel's MCU, whether it be on the movies, TV shows, or even Netflix, that would be a straight-up confirmation that Ghost Rider is in this universe, which he could be, but he hasn't yet, and I really, really hope that he does.
Well, they got the rights back to Ghost Rider, so it's like...
I know, they've had the rights back. They just haven't done anything with him.
Because they don't feel like they could do anything with Ghost Rider.
If they do,
right.
If they could do something with him, it would be Netflix. It would have to be.
That's the best place.
That could be really good.
That would be cool, though.
Yeah.
Seeing Ghost Rider finally get some justice, like really justice, instead of that awful movie Fox made.
See, I've gotten different theories, and the best way to get characters like Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, Wolfman, is create a Netflix version of the Marvel Knights.
That's what
where they're those darker, mystical element type creatures where they're in your universe, but they're in that part of the universe where you might get a Ghost Rider crossover.
Yeah, you're talking. That's just it. Is Marvel has their own subset, DC has their own subset. Basically, all these mystical characters that generally keep to themselves. They don't fight your average Joker and the reason they don't is because they don't want people to know about them necessarily. They don't want to become popular because then people will come after them and come after their magic.
Right. And that's the best way to introduce Blade.
That would be kind of cool as well.
That would be cool.
Bring Blade back to the fold.
Yeah, that would be cool because Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I think if we're going to bring back Blade
on Netflix as well.
No, if we're going to bring back Blade, we need to make it Wesley Snipes, and we need to make Wesley Snipes old and teaching other people to be vampire killers.
Well,
that'd be cool.
I don't know. Remember when he was supposedly talking with Marvel?
Yeah.
I remember that.
He was talking about the way they were planning it was he was going to become the Whistler of that movie and train his daughter.
That would be perfect. Yeah, that would be.
So you could either introduce it in a movie that way or do it through Netflix. I mean, I think some of these movies that might have an audience in the theater but might not, it's better just to do it on Netflix. 13-hour season, boom. And if you don't want to go 13, go 10.
Right. Look at Daredevil. Yeah, his population didn't get that much higher due to the movie from Fox. But when you're on the Netflix, he blew up like he's pretty much talking town now.
See, certain characters probably benefit from Netflix because of storytelling. Daredevil,
you can actually give them a backstory. You can explore why this person is this way.
Right.
Like we know fucking why Matt Murdock is Daredevil. Like
because we got 13 hours of them breezing through the origin and focusing on his blindness and all his other attributes, where you couldn't do that in a 2.5-hour movie because you would have to tie too much other shit together.
That's just it. Is you could do it, but then you couldn't do anything else, and you can't make a movie like that. And that's why origin story movies generally, for the most part, really fucking suck. Yeah. Like even the best origin movie that I think any of us could agree on, the best origin movie is probably Batman Begins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a great origin movie, even if it was highly inaccurate. It was a great origin movie, but then we didn't have time for a bad guy.
Yeah.
Scarecrow's doing some shit. Ra's al Ghul is doing some shit, and Batman jumped off the train, and the train crashes, and Batman wins. That is the entire fucking thing. He doesn't go around the city like beating the crap out of everybody. He doesn't have the time.
Right.
Yeah, because when you think about it, the first hour focused on him in like that prison training, and then he goes back to Gotham and does a little bit there. Yeah, you make a point, but
that was a long montage of backstory bullshit.
But in any case,
montage.
We have covered everything about this episode. Is there anything else that we need to bring up? Because I think we covered it all, other than, of course, Fitzsimmons almost kissing again and then getting interrupted by May again. Like, she is cock-block supreme. She really is.
They are what I call the couple of they're adults, but they're like teenagers who
high school years
are dating for the very first time. Because it's like every moment they get that's free, they're like, ooh, what do I do?
But I think the words you're looking for is high school sweethearts.
But
no, horny. Horny is the word we're looking for.
Oh, that too. But when did Kree come back though? I read up on the last episode that the Kree came, tried to take in Hive. Would they ever come back again?
No, that's just it. Is those particular Kree were literally in hibernation above the planet. There are no other Kree around. At least that's the theory. Rewatch the episode, you'll see. They were literally in hibernation above the planet, waiting to be called.
But they're not. Okay, so they're not connected.
We do have more Kree. We have Ronin's Kree race.
Oh yeah, they're assholes too.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
But they're nowhere near Earth though.
Yeah.
But if they caught women of the Inhumans, they would try to kill them.
Yeah.
But they probably no longer think about the whole Inhuman experiment. I mean, the Kree on their homeworld they probably don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
The current leadership probably doesn't even care.
But that'd be like a blasphemy though to them. Some of them. They'll be thinking of a blasphemy like, oh, they're using our own Kree blood, this and that.
Hive even said that the Kree that showed up in that abandoned town, they don't even live on the world. They are basically nomads. They scour the universe. They scour the universe looking for planets that have life that could be useful in their experiments. They never go back home.
Also like the engineer in Prometheus, right?
Never saw that movie, so sure.
No.
Sure,
not even close, dude. No.
Well, engineer he experienced on a lot of animals. He experienced on a lot of creatures.
Charles, I said I've never seen the movie, so I agreed with Isaiah. So you're wrong.
He's got a point.
I am not fucking wrong. Okay.
Isaiah does have a point.
No,
I've seen Prometheus.
In Prometheus.
The big, tall, white-looking aliens were engineers, experimented, and then they would go somewhere else.
Not
Remember
that engineer
where Prometheus went?
That particular engineer that stayed behind was military. He was there not experimenting with humans. He was engineering a bioweapon used to kill humans.
But that's the same thing as the humans, though.
All right, moving on.
Wild speculation.
I just noticed something that people should be excited about. Charles, please come back. The people should be excited about. Remember the episode Space Time, which is where Daisy ended up getting visions of the future?
Yeah.
That particular episode was directed by Marissa Tenturion and Jed Whedon, basically Joss's brother. Marissa is Joss's brother's wife.
Oh, okay.
The finale of this season is directed by Jed Whedon, Joss's brother. So we are basically Space-Time. We're seeing the conclusion of that. I'm willing to wager we are seeing the conclusion of that in 2 episodes.
Yeah, next week's finale.
It's his fucking story.
And you guys are gonna hate me. Here's my speculation.
Mute him.
All right. Did you write it down? Is that how you remember it?
Mac's gonna die. Mac's gonna die.
Go on, Charles. Say what it is.
Agents of S.W.O.R.D.
Nope.
Oh my God!
Please stop, Winston. Please stop with that Agent of S.W.O.R.D. That's getting so old, dog.
I am holding on to that for dear life, you fuckers. Okay, it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
I'm calling it. It's gonna fucking happen.
You're the person who likes Doomsday. Okay, so no.
Look,
Doomsday was not that bad, you jackass.
It sucks, but they're gonna kill another brother.
Unfortunately.
You think so?
Max got the chain.
But he could give it to somebody else.
Yo-Yo gave him that chain, and I guarantee you he's going to put that chain on because, like Matt says, he has a connection with her. He likes her. That's a gift. And he's going to most likely take Hive into space and probably sacrifice himself to blow up that Quinjet.
Oh, man. That would be so fucked up and so cool.
We do know that next episode is specifically Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. directly fighting Hive.
Yeah, next week's episode is the season finale.
What's that?
It's the 2-hour season finale.
It's 2 hours? Cool.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Which means one more hangout and then fuck this shit.
Until next season.
I love it.
No, not until next season.
Yeah, Matt's done with this. He's done the
pretty,
whole thing.
Pretty sure I'm done with this. But, okay, so one more 2-hour-long episode. I can do that. It's going to be difficult to watch a 2-hour-long episode and The Flash in one night, considering I don't get home until 6 and I go to bed at 9. And there's a hangout on Tuesday nights, but whatever. I'll figure something out. Stay up or something. All right, so
you can load it on your phone and watch it at work.
I might be able to do that by that point, and heck, I might even have a promotion, so I have my own office at that point, so I can watch it on my computer at work. Yeah, because I'm that kind of asshole.
Yeah, you move it on up.
Yes, load it on up to the dark side.
I was gonna say the east side, but okay.
Yeah. All right, so let's wrap up. Do we have any other wild speculation other than what we've already talked about?
One last thing. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yes.
Jesus, man. Enough of the
Agents. You know what I have to say about that? You know what I have to say about that? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was created in the 50s.
Hey, but you know what? We didn't touch on it.
Fuck yourself.
We didn't talk about it, but I like the newspaper clip of Peggy Carter.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yes, that was pretty cool. It was a nice nod to what happened in Civil War.
Mm-hmm. I always loved her character, so that was good.
But come on, we all knew it was going to happen.
But that's the closest. That's the closest she's getting to a season 3, so it doesn't matter.
Damn, that's cold.
No, Agent Carter is going to make it to a season 3. I'm really holding a torch for it.
Nope.
It's not
and
gonna happen.
Marvel's Most Wanted is looking like a no-go too.
Yeah, but who the fuck wants to watch that? Like Bobby and Hunter? Come on now, come on.
Does that mean that Bobby and Hunter?
Nope.
Just so you know, Charles, I was lying. Sword did not come out in the 50s. I just said that to piss you off. It actually came out in 2009.
I know. My statement stands. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, sorry, 2005. Fuck, it's only 11 years old.
It's like saying Stargate's gonna be the MCU. It's not gonna happen.
What? No. Shut up.
So what we need to do is we need to get Sam and Dean Winchester to go through the Stargate, just so Charles would cream his pants. And I'm pretty sure that's what would happen.
We don't meet Stargate. We're like,
You don't need the Stargate?
No, you and Stargate like this.
Pants with just Sam and Dean Winchester. All right, good to know.
Mother, fuck off, all right? Fuck you, all right?
He loves that Stargate, folks. He really does. He has
Yes, I do, because Stargate is the shit.
See what I mean, folks? He's on that checkpoint again.
All right, wrapping things up, I want to thank everyone for watching. Check us out at geeksthrone.com or youtube.com/geeksthrone. Also, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, of course, also at Geeks Throne. Or give us a call at 801-609-4687. That's 801-609 GOTR. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.